Every country is now working on rebranding their national currency. The banksters make it sound as if issuing a central bank digital currency is needed. They promise convenience and security, but what they actually offer is a new level of government control over our spending. And now, some state legislators are pushing back against CBDCs and working to implement laws to protect people from the excessive federal government control. But is it too little, too late? Let's talk about this. All right, so I wanted to take a quick minute and share with you some developments in the CBDC realm. And in particular, we have one state that's deciding to put forth some effort to resist the rebranding of our national currency by the Federal Reserve. So I've mentioned a couple of times over the last week or so, but yeah, I thought I would just put together some thoughts and try to shine more light on the bigger picture of what's really going on here. And it has very little to do with our need for a new currency. It's more so trying to remove the old and usher in something centrally controlled, as we talked about before. But if you guys want to hear more of these RTD quick takes, definitely hit that thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, and do me a favor, share this video so more people can find out an alternative perspective on what's really going on. But anyway, a couple weeks ago, an Oklahoma House committee unanimously passed a bill, House Bill 1633, on February 6th, that will require brick-and-mortar businesses and government agencies in the state to accept cash for payments of goods and services. This is intended to protect Oklahomans from being forced to adopt a CBDC. On the surface, it sounds good, but don't get too excited. The provisions of the bill will not apply to online or over-the-phone purchases, parking lots, wholesale, membership-based retail stores, so the government can still control our spending in those areas. The truth is, the move towards government digital currencies is just a part of the war on cash, and the elimination of cash creates the potential for the government to track and even control consumer spending, down to the very type of food you put in your mouth. Digital economies would also make it easier for central banks to engage in manipulative monetary policies such as negative interest rates. And we all know, based upon the way things are heading, it's just a matter of time for something breaks and the government's forced to respond. And the last issue of property that the government provides happens to be in physical cash. But the bigger issue is that China, India, and the US have all launched pilot programs to test CBDCs. Federal Reserve released a discussion paper examining the pros and cons of a potential US central bank digital dollar. According to the central bank's website, there has been no decision on implementing a digital currency, but this pilot program reveals the idea is further along than most people realize. This is all about the war on cash. You can't have a complete totalitarian state if people still have a way to get out in the form of cash, for what little those that still may have it or use it. Could you imagine a world without no cash? It would be impossible to hide even the smallest transaction from the government's eyes. Recently on Bloomberg, one of the authors put it, when China launched a digital yuan pilot back in 2020, the digital currency offers China's authorities a degree of control never possible with physical money. And when our mainstream media here in the US is talking about an authoritarian type government that China has and the controlled CBDC or the digital yuan, better yet, has over its people, what makes the US or any other government any different? Something to think about. To make it even worse, the government could even turn off an individual's ability to make purchases. Economist Thornton Pollett outlined the potential for big brother-like government control with the advent of a digital euro in an article published by the Mises Wire not long ago. As he puts it, the path to becoming a surveillance state regime will accelerate considerably if and when a digital currency solely is issued. So is the move towards CBDCs really about convenience and security, or is it just a way for the government to exert more control over our lives? And is it too late to stop the march towards a cashless society? Only time will tell. But one thing is for sure. If we continue down this path, we could find ourselves living in a world where the government has unprecedented control over every aspect of our lives. And that's a scary thought in and of itself. But anyway, let me know your thoughts. Is it too late? Or can we, the people, come together and push back? But the only way we can do that is more people find out about what's really going on. So share this. Curious to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment down below. See you guys later.